Hello and welcome, my mystic friends. If you have been feeling pressure instead of progress, clarity instead of confusion, or like the universe is keeping you at bay and saying, not yet, this transit's going to explain everything to you. In the days that are leading up to and after December 16th, we now have the sun in the fiery sign of Sagittarius. It's squaring off with Saturn that's in Pisces. This is for each of us this cosmic checkpoint. It tests our direction, our faith, and our direction of our next chapter. This isn't just another transit. This is a fated turning point for us. Now stay with me if you want to understand this energy. You'll know exactly why certain doors are closing and what new path is opening up for you and how to move through this with confidence instead of fear. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and if this message resonates with you, tap or hype this video so it sends out the algorithm to someone who needs it, and share in the comments what is shifting with you today. Now, before we enter into today's heart of the reading, I want to honor this community. We have now crossed over 53,000 subscribers, and every single bit of that is because of you. Your likes, your comments, your shares, that is what keeps this channel growing. So thank you for supporting this sacred space and being part of this community. Now, as we step into these powerful transits together, I want to remind you about the 2026 Year Ahead Astrology forecasts that are now available. These are videos and they are PDFs that are designed to help you prepare for what is coming in the year ahead and to work intentionally with that energy that's shaping. You can check out my holiday specials, look at a Sagittarius solar return chart, use the code Sagittarius10 at checkout. Live astrology readings are here every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a new moon manifestation guide, and you can join my Patreon where we learn, we share, we grow. There is a 1-week free trial membership. For details on this, visit willowgracemystic.com or the link below. So on December 16th, 2025, we're going to have the sun in the fiery sign of Sagittarius. It's forming a square. Squares are hard aspects. This is with the planet of Saturn that's in the sign of Pisces. Now the sun is moving forward and it's journeying through Sagittarius, which is the sign of freedom. It's a sign of possibility. It is truth seeking. It has a wider lens for a wider horizon. And these days, it's forming this square to Saturn and Pisces. And the transit, it feels like the universe is placing a hand on your back, gently but firmly. And it's urging you to pause. It wants you to realign, to ask yourself whether the story that you've been telling yourself is the story that you want to live. Remember, Saturn is the planet of karma and time and restrictions. And the sun in Sagittarius, it always wants us to expand, to stretch our mind, to explore the new meaning of things, to connect with the spark inside of us that says, there is more for me. It rules our inner fire, our inner drive, our inner passion. It's about our path, our growth, our desire to walk towards the future with optimism and courage and faith. But the square from Saturn, that brings the gravity to the fire that says, this is not being the old rigid taskmaster. Instead, Saturn here is the sacred gatekeeper. It's about boundaries. I always say the rings around it are the fence around the yard, the limitations. It's about discernment, spiritual integrity, your emotional responsibility. This square is not here to block you. It's here to refine you. It's here to show you where your faith has cracks, where your vision of things has gaps in it, where your dreams, they need the structure, or where your boundaries have just become too porous. Now, Saturn, it asks you to mature your optimism, to anchor yourself into intuition, to give your spiritual or your creative longings and desires a form that can hold the weight that this real world needs. Now, for many of you, this moment, it can feel like your options are limited, like every direction is foggy or unavailable or delayed or somehow weighted down. But spiritually, this transit, it asks us to widen our lens, to look at the limitations that might actually be pointing you towards the path that's truly aligned for you. Saturn in Pisces, it blocks what is unstable, what is unsustainable, but it also protects what aligns with your deeper soul contract. Now, this is where the magic of the Sagittarius energy, it comes right back in. Sagittarius, it reminds us that the meaning is not found in what we hold on to and what we control, but it's in what we learn along the way, the journey. It's what is unfolding as the journey itself. Remember that Sagittarius is ruled by the Archer, and so it's reminding us to lift our eyes from what's closing and look towards what is trying to open, to reach beyond. And so this square is not a wall. It becomes this threshold. It invites you into this deeper invitation, into honesty about what you can realistically carry with you, into integrity about what you truly believe in, to trust that the universe is removing all distractions so that you can step towards what your soul's purpose is with clarity. It wants you to move into partnerships or these connections that feel aligned with who you are becoming, not who you once were. Now, many of you might find that you have these new conversations that happen around the days leading up to and the days after that shift your comprehension, your understanding of this is my path. You might meet someone who becomes this long-term collaborator or a guide or a mentor. You might realize that someone that you've outgrown who simply cannot walk any further on this leg of your journey with you. Saturn comes around to clarify who is in resonance with your frequency. And Sagittarius, it opens up the door to the next chapter that is aligned with you. This transit, it's where the spiritual growth, it deepens, and it's not through expansion, but through restraint, where our wisdom, it emerges not from having more options, but from picking the right one. And yet, do not let the weight of Saturn dim the flame of Sagittarius. Instead, let the flame that's from within you be shaped, be refined, be given the direction. The universe is asking you to sit with it and to anchor in your hope, to give your inspiration a container to show up for your dreams in a way that proves that you are now ready. This is where your soul grows. This is where the new knowledge arrives. Slowly, like the tide is returning. As Neptune has just stationed direct, Saturn now is shifting in its own direction, and Mercury is continuing its deeper review cycle. Everything that we have been processing in the unseen, it now starts to just move forward again. So what was once inward, it now becomes more outward. What was imagined can now start to take form. Now, before we move on, I want to ask you something. Does this feel like a moment where life is whispering to pause right before you leap? If this resonates with you, tell me in the comments, where are you feeling that pause or that restriction right now? And so breathe deeply. Let this moment show you where you are truly aligned. Let it reveal who's walking beside you. Let it guide you into these connections that can help nourish your spirit and support the next level that you are becoming. Know that this is a turning point where you learn to bridge your faith with responsibility. Your growth, it comes from you choosing the right path, the path that supports your long-term expansion rather than the path that just simply feels easy. Honor your limits without abandoning your dreams. Give your intuition a backbone. Let the universe close what's no longer for you and available on this road, and trust that every boundary that Saturn brings at you is secretly building the foundation for your next blessing. So, a mantra for this can be, I trust the limits that guide me, and I honor the path that aligns with my truth. So for my mystic friends, thank you so much for being here with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And if you're ready for more, check out my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast.